KINO Der Toten was one of the first zombies maps we ever got for the Black Ops franchise, regarded as one of the best and probably the most famous zombies map of all time. And so in this video, we're going to take a look at the storyline and Easter eggs of KINO, Cinema of the Dead. I have previously made videos on all of the World at War maps, so if you haven't already seen them and you are interested, I will link them down in the description. Be sure to subscribe if you do enjoy, don't forget to drop a like rating by the end, but without further ado, let's get into this, here we go, and enjoy. On May the 10th of 1931, a German scientist named Dr. Ludwig Maxis formed a group called Group 935, an experimental organisation dedicated to the study of Element 115. Maxis tells the scientists that they represent the future of technological advancement and will be the pioneers of human discovery. The group swore to work in secrecy from their respective governments. As Maxis says, they couldn't afford to let this power fall into the wrong hands. Over the years, whilst working at Group 935, Dr. Maxis, along with his other scientists, including Richthofen, began to develop technologies such as wonder weapons and teleporters. However, soon became low on funding, and so they turned to the Nazis. They asked Germany if they would fund their research, they agreed, and in return, Group 935 would provide the Nazis with an undead army. In response to Maxis' request, Germany created two new facilities for Group 935. These were the KINO facility, a repurposed theatre, and the asylum facility at Wittenau Sanatorium in Berlin. At KINO Der Toten, the other Group 935 scientists working here began to develop Element 115 fused elixirs. They created 4 medicinal beverages. These were known as Juggernog, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Double Tap. Anyway, it wasn't until months later, in December of 1942, which was when Maxis was transferred to the KINO facility, along with his assistant Sophia, to focus on creating Germany's undead army. However, when he gets there, Maxis worries that he and Sophia have grown too close. He considers sending her away, but in the end, he doesn't. A couple of weeks later, while working at KINO, focusing on creating Germany's undead army, Maxis reports success with test subject 26. He says the zombies' violent outbursts have been greatly reduced. Maxis believed that this method of treatment would 100% be effective in most cases.
The test subjects have been undergoing treatment for 5 days with little progress. I have been assured that given time, the programming will take hold. In the past weeks, we have made great strides in breaking through to their subconscious. I have had the projectionists make edits to the film. These changes have been very effective. Subject 26 has had a breakthrough. He is responding to the treatment and following basic instructions. The violent outbursts have been greatly reduced, and given time, we feel this method of treatment will be 100% effective in most cases.
A few more weeks then pass by, where Maxis reports that the treatment has finally been perfected. He believes if Subject 26 can retain the impression for longer than 26 hours, then the delivery of the zombie army can be accelerated.
Our timeline for deployment can be accelerated, given the progress we have made in the past 2 weeks. If patient 26 can retain the impressions longer than 26 hours, we will have the process perfect.
But just 2 days later, on February 12, 1943, after attacking a handler, Subject 26 was killed and deemed another setback.
Another setback. Patient 26 was killed this morning in a field test. He lost control and attacked one of our handlers. His injuries were minor, but patient 26 was destroyed. The break in programming coincided with the flashing lights and loud noises of the fire alarm in the test facility. One moment. What is it?
The handler that the zombie attacked was Sophia, meaning when Dr. Maxis, who was in love with Sophia, found out that she'd been attacked, in order to stop her turning into the undead, he killed her and transferred her brain into a machine. This machine was known as the Strategic Operation Planning Heuristic Intelligence Analyzer. Maxis then transferred Sophia over to Stalingrad to oversee Group 935's operations. After the setbacks with Subject 26, Maxis reports new success with the undead army. However, he maintains his belief that the undead cannot be controlled or maintained. And this was the time that Maxis, along with Richthofen, then returned back to Dries. While at Dries, we know a bunch of events went down. Richthofen, after years of growing anger, eventually betrays Maxis. He locks him, his daughter, and Fluffy inside of a teleporter, where eventually it leads to Samantha arriving in the MPD pyramid and taking control of the zombies, causing Group 935 to become disbanded. Richthofen then travels back to Dries, where he awakens his test subjects of Takio, Nikolai and Dempsey, and tells them that they must join him in order to save the world. Of course, in reality, Richtofen's actual plan was to overthrow Samantha and take control of the zombies for himself. So as Ultimus step in the teleporter at Doris, ready to travel to their next destination, they accidentally shoot the Wunderwaffe DG2, which overloads the teleporter and sends them through space and time, causing temporal rifts to appear across dimensions, eventually taking them to KINO Der Toten in 1963. While at Kino, the crew fight off the hordes of the undead, where finally they locate a lunar lander at the facility and then use it to escape and fly to Ascension. So that's the story of KINO Der Toten. Now, getting into the Easter eggs, around the map you can find loads of different containers, mainly in the theatre area, and inside of them you can see faces, what to me look like the undead. Since we know KINO Der Toten was the main place where Group 935 was making Germany's undead army, we can assume what we are seeing here is the product. These are the zombies all ready and packed up to be shipped to the Nazis. There was a lot of theory that these were the crawlers. We can see though the face is totally different. This theory mainly came around during the Black Ops 1 time. You couldn't really see the faces back then, whereas on the BO3 Zombies Chronicles remake, you can. They clearly have yellow glowing eyes, so obviously these are zombies. A more famous Easter egg is the 5 paintings or portraits that we have on the wall. We see Richtofen, Takio, Nikolai and Dempsey, and then we also have a 5th blank portrait. Now I've done plenty of videos on this, we still don't know exactly who it is. We've said it could be Primus Nikolai, Pablo Marinus, some people say Dempsey or Richtofen, Dr. Monty the Shadow Man. We're still not 100% sure who the 5th picture is. Like on every zombies map we have writing on the wall. The first one says, beware of the 6. I believe this is referring to the Nova 6 crawlers. KINO Der Toten was the first map that we had them on. That would make the most sense. Other people say it's referring to the Hellhounds and how they come on round 6, but for me, that one doesn't really work. On a different wall, we have some writing that says Samantha, Amelia, Abigail, and then next to it is a love heart. We know that Samantha's name is Samantha Amelia Maxis. Who Abigail is, we're not sure. It could just be another one of Samantha's middle names. I think that's probably the case, although people have said maybe this is referring to Misty, since her full name is Abigail Misty Briarton, or at least Misty's her nickname. Her actual name is Abigail. We can also see in a different location, this one says, knowledge itself is for the taking, and then on another wall it says, brimstone to damnation, and then the final set of writing is this. It's pretty difficult to make out. It seems to say projection. On the Nintendo Wii version of Black Ops, this is actually replaced with Junior Projectionist. So what that means exactly, I'm not too sure. Around the map we have 3 different pictures. Since KINO Der Toten is a cinema, we can assume these were the films that were being shown during that time, when it was actually operational. We have the first one, which is Faust. The second one, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce, Pygmalion. I probably said that wrong. And then the third movie is Die Bismarck. In one of the rooms where the zombies spawn from, you can see upper corner we have 3 containers or boxes stacked up on each other, and inside of one of these boxes you can hear somebody is locked in there and they are knocking. Is this a zombie? A survivor? Have they locked themselves in here, or has someone put them there? We don't know. That isn't the only person that's hiding in Kino though. We know on the BO3 version there is this blue door, and if you go up to knife it, the person on the inside will knock back. That's part of a bigger Easter egg, and there's another door, this one's brown, where again if you go up to it and listen, there is someone on the other side talking to themselves. They are just saying loads of random things. In order to pack a punch in KINO Der Toten, you need to teleport to the pack a punch, but when you're teleporting from the pack a punch room back to the theatre, for a few seconds you'll be teleported to a random location. You can either be taken to the dentist office, which looks very similar to one of the rooms you can find in Verrucht, another Group 935 facility. You can also be teleported to the conference room. This is a part of 5 or the Pentagon. Or you can be taken to 2 different versions of Samantha's bedroom. The good version, there are a few Easter eggs in here such as the monkey bomb or our characters as toys. And then there's the second version of Samantha's bedroom, which is evil. It's totally destroyed and zombified. Samantha's teddy has red glowing eyes, there is blood splatters everywhere, the window is broken, everything is destroyed. If you open the upstairs room and then go behind one of the walls, you can see some text that says, "The element is here," of course referring to element 115. Unfortunately I can't show you these ones because they're only on Black Ops 1, it doesn't have theatre mode. There's also some books that you can find on the floor which say Edward Richtofen. These are in quite a few different maps such as Shinonuma or Nuketown. In the theatre room inside of the first window on the left, there is a note that says Ignomo Jubilus, which in Latin roughly translates to laughable mistake or a disgrace to shout. In the Pack-a-Punch room there is some writing on one of the bullet boards in German, and when you translate it, it reads, "Hold on men, we will finish them." And then underneath that it says, "Yes, yes, sure." In one of the rooms there are a load of letters that have spilt on the floor, which spell out Manhattan Down. And then the final Easter egg I want to show you can only be found on the Nintendo Wii version. There are actually quite a few Easter eggs on the Wii that you won't find in the normal console or PC version of Kino. These Easter eggs are exclusive for the Nintendo Wii. Why this is, I'm not 100% sure. I do know some of the Call of Duty Wii games were made by different developers. Whether or not Tryout made the Wii version, I believe they did, but I'm not 100% on that. Maybe they were assisted by another company. But as I was saying, besides from there being quite a few different Easter eggs, this is the main one I want to show you. There's actually a radio that is exclusive to this. You won't hear it anywhere else, and for that reason, although I have done a few videos on it in the past, if you haven't seen them then maybe you won't know about this. In this radio you will hear singing, and it talks a lot about the Great Leap Forward. Factory workers in China, propaganda in films to keep them motivated, it talks about communism and stuff like that. What relation this has to KINO Der Toten, I'm not sure. We do have a zombies map called Die Rise. That map itself was called the Great Leap Forward, but that came out in BO2, so whether or not they had that in mind when they put this Easter egg into Kino, I wouldn't say so. Maybe there is some meaning behind it, or perhaps it's just totally random.
These villagers were portrayed in propaganda films as happy and highly motivated, although in fact, they were soon to suffer a terrible moral and physical collapse. Tens of thousands of people died as a result of industrial accidents in the hazardous conditions they were made to work in. The Communist Party came up with a crude calculation that every worker will build 1 meter of canal and the project will end in 3 months. Yet it actually took more than 10 years to finish the canal. During the Great Leap Forward, factory workers' hours were doubled, and machines began to work non-stop. They were not even allowed to stop for maintenance and repairs, and so soon began to fall apart. Factories were ruined. At the same time, Mao announced another target for the Great Leap Forward. Steel production was to be doubled within 1 year. That production was not only from heavy industry complexes, but also from small furnaces and villages. As a result of communist ideology, Mao believed that workers' power held a magical force. With that decision, tens of millions of Chinese set out to produce steel by amateur methods. Everything made of iron they could find, from doorknobs to saucepans, was melted down in primitive furnaces in an effort to produce steel. Women cut off their hair and mixed it with the clay in the furnaces.
So guys, there we go. That was it. That is all I have for you for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. These were the forgotten secrets of KINO Der Toten. As I've said, I've done all of the World at War maps, so check them out if you haven't already. If you want to see the next map, 5, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, goodbye.